Welcome back to Project Hospital. So a weird thing happened. Right before this has just popped up here, but I actually randomly got an event previously, right after I ended last episode, and when I hit accept, it immediately finished successfully. So it's a little bit weird. I don't know if the game bugged out or if I just had one patient to treat and somehow they were already treated, but we've already gone through bonus objective 2. So now we have to successfully finish one epidemic event. Now, the event buttons up here are interesting. They say these will unlock after you purchase an ambulance and make sure one of the following departments is functional, including a night clinic. So emergency, I think, has to have an overnight. Is the big problem is why we don't have these buttons. They've been unlocked according to my reward system, but I haven't unlocked them because I don't have. Remember, we stopped having our clinic work 24/7, so I need to take care of that. I think I'm going to decline the significant earthquake thing, mostly because it only gave us like 5,000 and it just put a little bit of stress on everybody because I had to sit there and micro everything. It's not really worth it. I want the big events. I want some massive, massive payouts. Well, okay, to be fair, 5,000 actually is quite a lot when I came to think about it, but I will, for the moment, try to focus on unlocking our little buttons here. So all we really need to do is get a night shift going. I hate to use somebody so expensive, but for the moment, you're the man. You are the man, friend, and we'll also give somebody a job at reception. Do we have any receptionists who are just floating around? Nope, not so much. So you are now the receptionist. You know what? If that's enough to unlock the buttons, I'm fine with it. We're going to just have them chilling out our only one-night staff. So here's our events up here. So epidemic, we have to just have one epidemic, successfully finish one epidemic. Right, let's give it a shot. Oh wow, we just clicked the button and that's that. So we have 15 hours to take care of this, right? So we still have most, no, we're going to have all of our day shift. They're all about to come online right now. So, good God, how do we handle an epidemic? Because I don't think I actually have done this before. Oh shoot, does this have to be internal medicine? I may have screwed the pooch here. This says shameless. Okay, that's more of a personality trait. So that's interesting. Gosh, I don't know. Are there actual protocols for hazardous and people who are, what would you call that? Oh God, I have no staff working. We're in the middle of shift change. Is there protocol for infectious diseases? I honestly don't even know. Let's take a look and watch one of these guys. I'm a little nervous they're going to send them all up to the internal medicine and they just don't have anyone ready to go. Are you one of the... Let's take a look and see if I can get anybody here. Everyone, bronchitis, pharyngitis. Is this all it is, really? It's just an epidemic of bronchitis, maybe? At least it's 100%. That's all I really care about, is if it's 100%, we're happy. We want to make sure that the diagnosis is as accurate as possible. Do we have this set to high certainty? Let's change that over to high certainty. Not that... It doesn't seem to really matter half the time. Okay, so I guess maybe the epidemic levels are based on either your skill or your insurance level, but this seems really low-key. So if all these folks just have the flu, I'm not going to be too worried about it. I will go ahead and just go through here, double-check that everyone has a 100% rating in terms of, like, what they're diagnosed with is only... There's no 50-50 shot. It's all 100% guaranteed to be what they're picking. So, I think this is going to be super easy. Everyone's already pretty much healed up. We've got 12 hours left to treat this. But almost everyone has been seen. You're seen now, too. The only one left here is Mr. Richard Wilson, who is where? Are you just hanging out, sir? You are fulfilling your needs. Why are you going all the way over there for our bathrooms? Apparently my bathrooms aren't big enough. So I might need to look into that down the road. If he had to go 5 miles away just to pee, that is not a great situation for him. I think that's pretty much it. I think he's the only one left. Our doctors are a little bit overwhelmed here. Lisa Wright, you have a complicated diagnosis. Just go do everything. Chest oscillation. Do stuff, man. Do your stuff. All right, that should fix that. 70% cure. I think we're okay. I think the only folks who are left... waiting. So 3 people are waiting here. Examined, waiting. Okay, we just have a bit of a backup. I think I did let go of one of my daytime doctors. So... Since we seem to be rather crammed, let's hire an intern. Hooray! Good job, intern. Don't screw it up. Just give them drugs. So that should get us to the next level. I do keep hoping that around the corner we're either going to get a, hey, you get more sends, or you get, more money. I would love to get another grant. I really would love to get 80 patients in a day, but I don't think we're going to do it until we get another step of, hey, we're going to send you 20 more patients or something like that. How are we still not done with this yet? What is going on with you guys? Nancy Hall. Are they just not prioritized right? We do have a massive backup here. We've got 8 hours to see the people in our waiting room. I hope we can get through that. That's going to be really embarrassing if we can't. Oh, you know what's happening? I just realized this. My doctors, because in the game's infinite wisdom, this break room is closer to these doctors than this break room because it doesn't count walls as some kind of an obstruction, which drives me absolutely batty. So these doctors here, whenever they're taking their break or they need their something taken care of, they're going all the way to the other hallway to take a break. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I finally realized why that was killing so much of my traffic. Okay, we're going to get that fixed up. We've got one patient in ICU. I want this person out of here, to be honest. Can I transfer you, please? I can't. When this person's done, I really want to move ICU upstairs because I've been waiting on that for some time now. I have full doctors across the board, and I'm still not able to get through this group. I even went through and changed the certainty level just so we could slow down a bit, or sorry, speed up with the diagnosis. We have one person still waiting, Nancy Hall. Poor old Nancy sitting out there in the hallway. I kind of wish there was a way to make them an emergent patient. Like, why can't I put her to the top of the list here? We just need to tell you to rest. Is that all I need to do is just say, put the rest button there? We've got 5 hours to see Nancy. I hope to God we can see her. I mean, it's going pretty freaking slow. Okay, finally, holy crap, Nancy was finally able to get treated. So she was able to get that. We were able to get our event in a row. Oh, hey, look, we got up more money for the event. Okay, so you know what? Maybe I'll start doing those events as soon as they come up. Oh, wow, you can chain them back to back? That's actually not, that's a little bit surprising. I didn't know I could kind of abuse the system a little bit like that. All right, what's up next for our insurance? They want us to do 1 natural disaster, increase clinic patients per day to 15. Lovely. Before I do that, though, I'm going to move a couple of my rooms because they are in the way. Let's do the bathroom and the break room. I need you temporarily to get out from where you are so you stop confusing my damn doctors who apparently were just like, I like to go around the hallway to just it's for walking purposes. Crap. I missed a whole wall here. All right, I'm going to get them moved over. I might even start up the next emergency, and we'll be right back. All right, I've queued up a natural disaster. That might not have been smart with all the people we have queued up in our what do you call that? The doctor's office right now, but we'll find out. We've got... Wait, I tried to queue it up. Did it not work out? Oh, there it goes. Major storms have swept over the city. Wounded citizens are now being transported to nearby hospitals. We're going to have how many people? We've got about 8 patients coming. And I bet they're all going to be the same type of ambulatory... Is it just a bunch of leg issues? Okay, this is where I got to be really careful. Because this is where I've seen in the past a bunch of misdiagnosis. And what I don't know if this is what you're going to have to do every time or not. We're about to rotate over our shift, aren't we? Shoot. I'm going to lose a bunch of my doctors. Let me go ahead and queue up a bunch of doctors to come in at night. Because we're going to need a little bit of coverage for this emergency today. That's good enough. I'll have to hopefully remember to take them off of that. You know what? If we can just queue up emergencies, though, then I don't think money's going to be a problem anymore. I didn't realize that you could just kind of pull them whenever you needed to. Okay, so Jessica, we're 100% sure Jessica has the chest contusion. I will micro this for a bit. I'll make sure that any scanning, any diagnosis is going to be 100%. There's no kind of a mix-up. And hopefully, we'll get through this emergency as well, get more money, and then I guess I'll just keep grinding away at events to do whatever my, insurance company desires. Well, that was relatively easy. I think I'll queue up the next thing. Although, I might want to wait until I have an ICU available. Or, I did repay a little bit of, we don't have enough money for another ICU by any means. But hey, at least we're in the black again. We're back to not being broke. I do have 4 trauma centers available. The next goal for our insurance is to finish a crash event. And I can't remember if crash is more severe stuff. It might be. I think we've got the beds for it. We have the HDU beds, right? Those are all filled up. Okay, we've got 3 open HDU beds, but we have no ICU beds, and I'm a little concerned that somebody here might require an ICU bed in that crash. So I'll burn forward and try to get to that tomorrow after some of our morning patients head home. All right, we've got enough beds, I think. We've got... Oh, sorry. We've got one person crashing. might have missed that part. Let's see if the person crashing can get taken care of and moved over to probably ICU. Honestly, we got the time right now, or the space, and we got the money to maybe drop down at least another ICU bed. So I'll go ahead and do the crash alarm, or whatever you want to call that. I think they can move them out of the trauma centers. Before, what I had last time I did one of these, I believe when my HDUs were full, when I tried this before on my own playthrough. So we'll see. What about you? Why aren't you... You needs to go somewhere, my friend. You're in the TC hospitalization. You need an urgent echo, which you're getting now. You have a hidden symptom that's not great. We need to get this guy actually taken care of, or he's going to collapse sooner than later. Can I move him to cardio? There we go. I'll move him to cardio because they have more tools available. So sometimes you can micromanage some of your emergency trauma patients and send them to a different department. All right, let's start the crash event. Fans of 2 football clubs. This is going to be a number... Okay, I think this is another situation where there's a bunch of broken things. So it's not as bad. Is it? I can't tell. Are you guys bringing me bodies or what? You are Nancy Young. Okay, you are one of our people. So we're going to have to be rather careful about what we're doing for the diagnosis. So here's the situation I was talking about. Barbara Hall just got diagnosed with a deep wound on her arm, but it's only 20% confidence. So I'm going to cancel that and force them to x-ray the upper limb. I hate it when that happens, because then you're going to run the risk of giving them the wrong classification, the wrong diagnosis. So we'll keep an eye on that. I am managing to micro them fairly well, so I think I can keep up with it if it's only a few of them. But I hate that they wind up doing the wrong thing when it's like, how do you do that when it's 20%? Why? What mechanic of the game, I guess, would be my question, is causing that? But this should be fine. We should be able to get through this. I think with the event system in place, it almost feels like, after all the waiting I've done, I think I might have missed the time frame. One of your patients was misdiagnosed, died, or transported away. Oh no! Did this person just sit out here and not get a place to go? Shoot. Who was transported away? Barbara Hall. I guess nobody took care of them fast enough. Oh well, I failed another event. I'll go back to the crash at some point, but it almost feels like it's a bit micro, or I don't know. It's not micro, it's just like I can just grind these out and just get thousands upon thousands of dollars just from doing simple things like, I don't know which one. The earthquake was just a basic, or the epidemic was just the flu. So it's kind of interesting. Hey, I'll take whatever free money I can get. I've been waiting many days to build up our income. So if this is how we have to do it from now on, so be it. Holy crap! Surprised myself there. I didn't know we were going to get this insurance objective. This was probably due to the fact that I did an event, 2 events in one day. So we just got our $50,000 grant from completing one of the uninsured things. Next up will be, it looks like treat 90 patients, and probably the final one will be another, treat 100 patients in one day, get a lot of money. So we're probably not going to get that unless I really grind out nothing but epidemics or... Ooh, I wonder if I could run multiple events at once. That'll just flood everyone with stuff to do, but I might do it during the day. We shall see. All right, I had some money to spare, and we have had a couple people collapsing left and right. So what I'm going to do is I have moved ICU upstairs, and I think I'd like to grab another entire ICU ward and throw it in here. I think that's not going to be too shabby right now. We've got the money for it. We should have the coverage for it. So going to plop you on down, especially now that we can run emergencies back to back, or the trauma events, if you will. We shouldn't have too many issues there. So there we go. 6 total ICU beds. Let me put this over to ICU and then mark the rooms themselves. I had to shuffle things around. You are the on-call room down here, and nurses station. I might have to hire some more nurses because I did get or give us quite a few beds. So there's a lot of patients to be taken care of, but here's to hoping. I guess we'll see how this whole layout works with the elevators right next to intensive care, or sorry, the emergency room. But There they are. We are right next door, so hopefully everyone's going to be nice and cozy. All right, so now we start getting into the rest of the meat and potatoes of the quick snap care group. So it seems like the more events we do, the more we're going to get. It seems like more events in a row, you get either money, the prestige bonus, or you get more cents. So I'm going to go ahead and burn through a couple levels of this. Although I appreciate the money that's coming in, I think what I'm going to do, um, I might spruce up. I'm thinking about sprucing up emergency a bit and putting something else down here that's frequently used, like maybe another x-ray, since we are going to be burning through quite a lot of events and stuff like that that do require a lot of x-rays. Maybe I'll go ahead and put down another x-ray lab down here, so that way we have two x-ray labs that are very, very close, and we can just cycle people through. The one thing that would have been nice with some of these events is that people would come in with a broken foot or something, and they have to stay here in IC, or not even ICU, in the trauma center. So I really need somewhere to send them. I wound up sending them all to cardio, but I think I'd like to maybe start getting some of our other overnight departments set up. So maybe ortho would be good, especially if we're going to have a lot of broken bone type of injuries. So I will try to save up some money, of course, and maybe get enough. How much do we need to actually start the bare bones of a department? I have to double check here. So ortho is sitting, let's do ortho 1 OR, 25K. A couple of the HDUs are going to be about 10K. So probably about 60,000 is what we're looking at. I forgot about the diagnostic unit. They're going to need their own diagnostic unit, much like we have with the other department, the cardiography unit. So, maybe 50 or 60K would be a good goal to have in the bank, just waiting for us. And then I will go ahead and open up the new ortho surgical wing. Well, it's been a little while, and I've been trying to run a couple events back to back. I got one guy who, on my flu epidemic, just kind of sat around the labs and never really got called back. So that failed and kind of killed me out of my. Right now, I'm trying to do this 3 out of 3 run. So finish 3 emergencies in a row. They're not too bad, though, honestly, because it does give you a way to see where your weak spots are in the hospital. Although, to be fair, you're not really going to be getting this many people at once. So right now, for example, I've got, I think, 8 people incoming to the trauma center, so I'm trying to clear out beds pretty much left and right, but as they're getting healed, they're getting sent down the way. I've got just enough money that I could buy another trauma big ward thing, which goes right about here. I just have to mark it as being a trauma room, and we'll be all set. I don't mind going in debt pretty much at this point. I feel very comfortable with the fact that these emergencies will pull us out of any kind of debt situation over the long term. So I have been picking up a couple more nurses. I plopped down, of course, the second x-ray just to have it nearby. I really would love to redesign this entire area. In fact, I might even redesign both this end and the other end. So I think I might do something like long hallways where you might have your normal doctor offices with break rooms on the end of it if possible. We'll see. There's a lot of ways I was thinking about using this space. Right now, it just seems like 7 doctor's offices at the moment with the amount of sends we're getting every day, which is like 70 or so or 65. More than enough doctors here to take care of all of our daily patients. So beyond that, of course, the ICU has been rocking out. We do have a, look at that, we've got spare beds in case anyone collapses. Wonderful. And I did connect, precariously connect the upper floors for cardio to the downstairs area so people can get back and forth pretty easily. I also hired, I was only one person short of having a surgical staff at night, so I decided to go ahead and hire a surgeon for the night shift, just in case we have those emergency cases, and we have had that a couple times where it's traumatic chest injury, right here, traumatic cardiac arrest, and this one already happened to have the surgery, but some people, if they come in at 1 in the morning, well, they have to wait till the next day, so I feel like having an emergency surgery on call would not be a bad idea, so we'll see down the road how much all of this is hurting my wallet, because I am doing a lot of, hiring and stuff like that. But yeah, I think we're all overall pretty well, or pretty good. And I'm going to let this run for a little bit longer. I think I'm going to go ahead and just cut this episode a bit short. I know I'm kind of bouncing around a lot. There's a lot of waiting for all of the money to come in. So I might start doing more focused episodes. So next episode, for example, I might try to save up enough money just to focus on opening a new wing. And it's probably going to be ortho, because if I'm cranking out these emergencies left and right, ortho is going to help me, I think, in the long run more than anything. So I will focus on getting ortho up, the ortho overnight emergency section up, and I'll just keep saving up money and trimming things up as we go. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me as always for more Project Hospital. My name has been Tobal. You've been awesome. I'll see you next time.